So next up, we've got a brief announcement from Caleb Hayes. Now, he's the director of the Oregonians for Public Health and Safety. And there is a lot coming down the pipe right now as far as proposed new testing rules. So we are very excited to welcome Caleb to stage to help clear up some of these new information.
Hey everybody, can you hear me well? In the back? All right. I want to first take a second to thank OG Analytical. This is the coolest thing. It's my first time here, and it's people who like pot and beer and pizza and science. Whoa! So thank you, OG Analytical, for bringing us all together. So let's do this thing. I keep going back. I'm with Oregonians for Public Health and Safety. I like to think that we're the hottest new political action committee when it comes to cannabis in Oregon. And I'll tell you why. But I'm a lobbyist at heart, so I have to talk about myself a lot. We don't have a lot of time today, so we'll skip the me slide. There it is. Let's talk about Oregonians for Public Health and Safety. So basically, we are founded by three lab owners who kind of saw a void in the industry when it comes to the conversation, specifically around public health and safety. There's a strong industry conversation going on in the legislature. There's a strong conversation going on in industry circles, but sometimes there wasn't always someone kind of standing up and saying, hey, what about public health and safety? And to some extent, you know, they wanted to make sure we didn't go down the road of tobacco. So they got together, formed this organization, Oregonians for Public Health and Safety, to protect public health of Oregonians by ensuring the safety of cannabis and cannabis products with emphasis on policies that support rigorous analytical testing, validated science, and research that promotes the public health. That's what we're about. The vision is pretty simple. With cannabis, we believe everyone from throughout the process supply chain, from the producer to the wholesaler to the dispensary to the lab, we believe everyone can win at the end of the day. Testing regulations ultimately help encourage producers to use safe methods. Regulations combined with grower education programs results in clean cannabis. And that's ultimately what we're looking for, is clean cannabis for the consumer. Over time, the importance of testing will diminish as growers become better educated, but right now we do have a serious pesticide problem. I'm gonna learn this clicker eventually. All right, a lot of people talk about the cost of testing. That's important. It needs to not be out of control. It needs to be something that the consumer can afford. At the same time, we have to have testing standards that provide for public health and safety so people have confidence when they go to the dispensary that they're getting a product that's safe, healthy, and clean. So we did a little analysis on the cost. You can read it, or I'll break it down for you real simple. Essentially, for a gram of flour, which you can find at the dispensary for, y'all know the price, it's about $10, $12 a gram. Ultimately, that breaks down to be about 7 cents in a 10-pound batch. 7 cents for the testing. So if you think about the peace of mind you get knowing a product has been tested, you wonder, is it worth 7 cents? I think it is. On concentrates, that number jumps to about 43 cents. We know those retail around $60. I'm happy to share this table with anyone who's interested. This is just kind of numbers that back up what I was saying. So, I'm curious to know, Eugene, are you with us? Are you against harmful pesticides in your cannabis? Do you care about public health and safety of your friends and neighbors who consume cannabis? Do you want to see a thriving cannabis industry that's ready for export when we're ready to do that? Yeah? Yeah. Well, you should join us. All right, so the new pesticide rules would basically do a couple things. First, when it comes to concentrates, they would eliminate the final testing except for one time a year. So less than 1% of product would be tested. Final product would be tested in the concentrate realm. On flower, moves to 20%. So the October 1 rules basically said that we needed to test all flower for pesticides. Now we'd be looking at coming down to only testing 20% of flower. So 80% would be untested. What does this mean? Pesticide-laden cannabis on the shelves, recalls, bad press, people getting sick, decreased use of the legal market for people to access cannabis, ultimately, more use of the black market. It also opens up the door to the federal government to shut this whole thing down, because the Cole memo is very specific about needs for public health and safety to be addressed, and this jeopardizes public health and safety. So what can you do? If you're interested, we've got call to action sheets that explain everything. I've probably already taken too much time, so come see me if you're interested in taking some action to make sure that we keep testing in Oregon. Another thing you can do is join us at our lobby day. It's tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. It's in Salem at the Capitol. Everybody loves talking to politicians, right? It's my job, I have to. So at 10 a.m. at the Reed Opera House, we're going to do a little lobby training. You learn to be like me, I don't know if you want to. Then we're going to do a little issue discussion, and then we'll jump into some meetings with legislators that actually serve on the Marijuana Regulation Committee. So they make the decisions about this stuff. So that's all I got for you. Any questions?
I think it's important to note that the proposed rules are buried in an unlikely place. Like, they're all the way at the bottom of the rules page under the old rules and under the temporary rules. And the invitation for public comment is kind of hard to find. So if you Google OMMP rules and you scroll almost all the way down, you want to look for proposed rules and invitation for public comment.
Thank you so much. We've also got a bunch of information on our Facebook page, Oregonians for Public Health and Safety. We've got a website, orpublichealth.com. Thank you so much for having me.
Caleb, thank you so much. And a quick update from Bethany.
I just want to add something really quick. If you are interested in getting involved with this, we do have some information, a little call to action document at the OG Analytical table. Caleb brought some as well. So if you are interested in helping us to make sure that we can protect cannabis in Oregon, feel free to grab one of those sheets. It's got all of your legislators' information, where to make your public comment. The public comment period, again, does end on April 30th. So we've got just about a month left to make sure that this change doesn't go through. Thanks.
Of course, thank you so much, Bethany, and thanks to Caleb and for everybody working so hard right now to elevate safety in the cannabis industry for Oregonians.